The year was 1939. Europe erupted into war as Nazi Germany invaded Poland, and Britain faced nightly bombing raids during the Blitz. British hospitals overflowed with soldiers and civilians torn apart by shrapnel, bullets, and flames. At the front, a single badly wounded soldier might lose 2 liters of blood within minutes. Britain had 50,000 hospital beds for wartime wounded, but without transfusions, many were useless. Into this crisis stepped an American physician, Dr. Charles Drew, who saw blood not as a fleeting gift, but as a resource that could be stored, transported, and mobilized like an army. His vision would soon change the very nature of wartime medicine, making survival possible on a scale never seen before. Charles Richard Drew was born in 1904 in Washington, D.C. His family was modest, and opportunities for Black Americans in medicine were scarce. Yet, he excelled in both athletics and academics, earning a scholarship to Amherst College before pursuing medicine. After earning his medical degree from McGill University in Canada, he studied surgery and transfusion at Columbia University. There, his doctoral research revealed a breakthrough. Whole blood spoiled quickly, but plasma, the clear liquid after red cells were removed, could be stored for months and shipped across oceans. In 1940, with war raging overseas, his ideas would soon be tested. Drew's unique mix of discipline, intellect, and resilience made him the perfect commander for this new battlefield of science, and his story was only beginning. By late 1940, London was under relentless air attack. German bombers struck factories, homes, and hospitals, killing tens of thousands of civilians. British doctors requested America's help. Drew was appointed medical director of Blood for Britain. His mission: organize a transatlantic blood supply chain. He built a network of hospitals across New York City, where donors were recruited, plasma separated, bottled, and packed. Each case contained 6 glass bottles, rugged enough to survive the dangerous U-boat crossings of the Atlantic. In just 5 months, the project collected over 14,000 donations and shipped more than 5,000 liters of plasma, life-saving ammunition against death itself. The campaign proved that blood could be organized with the precision of military supply lines, saving thousands under bombardment and establishing America as a silent partner in Britain's survival. Plasma became the weapon of choice. Unlike whole blood, plasma did not require blood type matching, could be dried into powder, and could be reconstituted with sterile water. Each unit could expand a soldier's circulating volume by nearly half a liter, buying precious time after a bullet or bayonet wound. While a musket ball in the 18th century felled a soldier in minutes, in the 1940s, plasma allowed surgeons to stabilize men torn by machine gun fire, mortar blasts, or burns from exploding fuel. Drew's meticulous protocols ensured sterility and safety, vital in wartime chaos. He transformed blood into a strategic resource, making science serve the front line. By 1941, plasma was considered as vital as bandages, morphine, or field surgeons, a revolution carried not by weapons, but by bottles of life. After Pearl Harbor in 1941, the United States joined the war. Drew became assistant director of the American Red Cross Blood Bank. By 1942, the system scaled to military levels. Collection centers in every major city, mobile donor units, and refrigerated trucks. Between 1941 and 1945, over 13 million pints of blood were collected for U.S. and Allied forces. Plasma was loaded into medical kits carried ashore at Normandy in June 1944 and into field hospitals in North Africa and the Pacific, making blood as essential as bullets in modern war. Drew's innovations meant that no army marched without its lifeline, a steady supply of blood. For the first time in history, military logistics included not just food and ammunition, but the very fluid of human survival. On the battlefield, medics carried plasma cans and IV tubing alongside rifles and grenades. In North Africa, small squads of 40 to 50 men often fought in desert ambushes. When soldiers collapsed from blood loss, medics opened Drew's plasma bottles under fire. At Sicily, photographs show wounded infantry propped against stone walls, veins fed with plasma as artillery roared. In Normandy, aid stations set up just behind the beaches stabilized hundreds of men daily, proving that Drew's supply lines were as vital as the Navy's convoys or the Army's tanks. In many ways, plasma became a silent weapon, unseen but decisive in the survival of countless lives. To the soldiers saved, Drew's work was the difference between being another casualty on a list or returning home alive. But prejudice shadowed progress. In 1941, the Red Cross refused to accept blood from black donors. Later, they agreed, yet segregated blood by race, as though plasma carried skin color. Drew, outraged, called the policy unscientific and resigned in protest in 1942. His stand was courageous. At that time, challenging official segregation risked career and livelihood. Though the military continued the policy until 1950, Drew's defiance marked him as both a scientist and a fighter, not against bullets, but against ignorance. His resignation echoed far beyond medicine, showing that science could not serve humanity while shackled to racial prejudice. His voice joined a rising chorus of black leaders demanding recognition not just on the battlefield, but in every sphere of American life. After leaving the Red Cross, Drew became head of surgery at Howard University in Washington, D.C., and chief surgeon at Freedman's Hospital. There, he trained the next generation of black doctors, creating opportunities denied to him in white institutions. Every year, he led surgical clinics at Tuskegee, where he performed complex operations and lectured to students who saw in him a model of excellence. Like a general training his officers, Drew multiplied his impact by preparing others for the battles of medicine and prejudice. His students would carry his lessons forward, spreading his influence across hospitals and future wars alike. In classrooms and operating theaters, Drew's legacy deepened, ensuring that his fight for knowledge and equality did not die with him. On April 1, 1950, while driving to a clinic in Alabama, Drew's car overturned near Burlington, North Carolina. He suffered massive injuries and died soon after. Rumors spread that he had been denied treatment because of his race, a myth that persisted for decades. In truth, his wounds were beyond repair. At only 45 years old, the pioneer of blood banks was gone. Yet his innovations had already saved tens of thousands in war and millions more in peace. His death was a national tragedy, but his achievements ensured his name would live on in the lifeblood of modern medicine. Even in death, Drew remained a symbol, a reminder of what science, courage, and sacrifice can accomplish against impossible odds. Today, the blood bank is standard in every hospital, from combat zones in Iraq to trauma centers in New York. The systems Drew designed, donor recruitment, plasma separation, cold storage, mobile collection, remain the backbone of modern transfusion medicine. He turned blood into a logistical weapon of survival, as vital as any regiment or fleet. His life proved that courage can be measured not only in the trenches, but also in the laboratory. Dr. Charles Drew remains the general of blood, the pioneer who changed medicine forever. His story is one of science, sacrifice, and service that still saves lives daily. In every drop transfused, his vision endures, an immortal legacy written in the blood of nations.